Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome to the video, and today I want to talk about games I unexpectedly enjoyed. The first game I want to talk about is Plague Tale: Innocence. Plague Tale: Innocence has you follow Amicia and her sick little brother, Hugo. You and Hugo will be driven away from your home into a war-torn and plague-ridden world. You'll also learn that the world is surrounded by these human-eating rats, and the only way to divert them away from you is the light. The combat in this game is really good. It primarily focuses on stealth combat, and your primary weapon is a slingshot. You'll be able to use the sling to distract enemies by hitting certain objects that make noise, or you're going to be able to take out guards and soldiers by just hitting them in the head with a rock. Now, this is where I thought combat was going to get boring, but then the game introduces a crafting system, and so you're able to gather supplies and items around the world, and you're going to be able to learn how to craft different ammunition types for your sling. One of my favorites was the fire type. You were able to shoot this flaming ammunition, and you were able to set certain objects on fire. For example, you were able to set a torch on fire, which would light an area where the rats would be surrounded by, and it would divert the rats away from that area so that you could pass through safely. This led to a bunch of environmental puzzles, and I really enjoyed going and trying to figure out how to pass through the rats and how to get through the guards with the use of my sling. I also really liked the other different types of ammunition that you could craft. I can't really remember them all at the moment, but it led to really good stealth gameplay because this game primarily focuses on stealth. So it all overall kept the combat engaging and really fun. But yeah, that's why I like the Plague Tale: Innocence. I thought it had a great story. I thought the stealth gameplay was really fun. I thought it had really great environmental puzzles, and I like the way it uses the rats. And also, I loved it near the end of the game when, I won't spoil anything, but when they revealed everything and how you get to use Hugo, and just you really connect with the characters, and I really appreciated the story, and I can't wait to play the sequel. The next game I want to talk about is Grow Home, and I really enjoyed this little cute indie game. I remember picking this up on my PS4. I think it was actually a PlayStation Plus game, or I picked it up on sale because I just really liked the way the game looked, and I really liked the art design. I thought this game was really cool. You play as this little cute robot named Bud, and you fall from your spaceship and you land on this island, and the whole objective is to get back to your spaceship. So you can grow these plants, and you can choose the direction that you want it to go. And there's these tiny little islands all spread out throughout the world. You'll also have sometimes bigger islands that you can go on as well. And you wanna climb these islands and climb up these mountains so that you can find these blue crystals. Now, these blue crystals will give you upgrades, and you'll be able to upgrade your thrusters and different parts of our friend here. You also have these different checkpoints around the map called telerouters, and basically you're able to fast travel between them once you unlock them. You'll also discover the leaf glider, which is probably one of my favorite uses of transportation in this game, because who doesn't like a glider in a video game? Like, remember Breath of the Wild when you first discovered that you had the hand glider? I climbed giant mountains in Breath of the Wild and just jumped off them just so I could glide. I loved Breath of the Wild. I want to say I probably put 4 to 5 hours in this game, and I had a really great time just climbing in the game and climbing these giant mountains and going inside caves, and I just had a really fun time overall looking for these blue crystals all spread out throughout the map. I think if you're looking for a good platforming game and a good climbing game to just pass the time for a couple hours and just have a good overall time for a low price, I'd say this is a good game to pick up. It definitely caught me off guard how much I liked it. I don't know what I was expecting when I first played it, but I actually did not expect to like it as much as I did. The next game I want to talk about is a game I recently played called Tunic. And Tunic is such a good game. I recently just played it, and I want to say I was looking for a Zelda clone when I first played it, but I got more than that. I got Zelda meets Dark Souls, and I thought it was just such a great combination. Also, the level design in this game was spot on, as there was just hidden chests and hidden items all throughout the map. And on top of that, you just think that you have this one island to explore and to look for all these different items and the different dungeons, but then the game expands and there's actually other areas and other levels that you can explore, and I just thought this was such a cool game. I also like the different enemy types and how they have different moves that you have to learn, and the boss fights all felt really good as well. Now, the game wasn't too challenging, and that's why I said in one of my previous videos that I think it's the best beginner Souls-like game for anybody that's trying to get their foot in the door on the Souls-like series, but I still had a really good time with the game. I did struggle quite a bit with the final boss. I also want to mention that I really enjoy how the game teaches the player how to play the game, as they'll teach the player how to play through an instruction booklet, and you can even use this instruction booklet as a map to traverse around the world. I like the way the game uses items in the game, where if I couldn't access an area before, I could go back and backtrack and access that area now, because the item allows me to have access to that area, and I love games that do this. I also just love the way that you discover the different mechanics of the game, because the game doesn't throw it all in your face at once. You progressively learn different mechanics and secrets about the game, and I really like this. Tunic is a fun time. If you're looking for a Zelda / Souls-like adventure that has mystery and you want to uncover a really cool world, I definitely recommend this one. The next game I want to talk about is Moonlighter. So I bought this game on my Nintendo Switch, and I don't really buy many third-party titles on my Nintendo Switch. I usually buy it for first party, like Mario Kart and Mario Odyssey, Zelda, of course, Pokemon. Those are the type of games I buy. But when I saw this game, I saw it on sale. It looked really interesting, and I wanted to try it out. So in Moonlighter, you play as the shopkeeper, where during the day you sell your items that you scavenge throughout the world. You're going to sell them at different price points, but you don't really know what price points to sell them at first. And so during the day, it's your job to learn what different price points to sell it at. If you sell an item too high, people are not going to want to buy it. But if you sell an item too low, you're going to lose out on money. So you want to learn what price points every single item goes for. Also, this allows you to upgrade your shop and buy potions. You're also able to upgrade your shop, where you can upgrade your bed, which will grant more health, or you can upgrade the overall storage of your shop. You can also upgrade how many items you can have up for sale at once. I had a really fun time just playing as a shopkeep in this game, and I didn't really think I was going to enjoy it. Also, at night, you would have these dungeons that you would go out and explore. And with these dungeons had a wide variety of enemies. The enemies were actually pretty difficult. You had to learn their different moves and abilities. After killing these enemies, you would pick up what they dropped. And what they dropped is what you would sell or what you would use to craft your different weapons. Also, the boss fights in this game were pretty difficult too. I was not expecting the boss fights to be so difficult, but man, I actually struggled with some of the boss fights in this game, and I really enjoyed learning the different mechanics of every boss, and they also looked really cool as well. Overall, I think if you're looking for a pretty cool experience and something different, and you want a hard Souls-like type game, I definitely would pick this one up. The last game I want to talk about is Journey to the Savage Planet. I actually really enjoyed this game. So I picked this one up as an Epic free game when Epic does their free game, their monthly or bi-weekly free games. I love this art style that it has going for it. I think it looks great. Of just exploring this whole island and experiencing all the different creatures that it has to offer. All the creatures look unique and really cool, by the way. I love all the different enemy types in this game, and later in the game you'll be introduced to enemies that have different weak points. This kept the game feeling fresh and fun. I also just really liked exploring in this game. You had a whip or like a grapple, and you'd be able to use it to pull enemies towards you. Also, you were able to use it to traverse the world. And just exploring in this game was overall just a really fun time. There was different ways to explore, different biomes, and I really liked exploring and getting to see the story unfold. And the combat in the game is really fun too. Like I said before, enemies had different weak points, but on top of that, you also had an upgrade system, and you had a pistol. You could upgrade the damage of the pistol or the reload speed, I believe, and there was just a different types of upgrades that you could do. And yeah, I had a fun time with this one. Let me know, have you guys played any of these games? I really enjoyed these games. These games, honestly, I was not expecting to like as much as I did. and I went into them blind, not knowing what they were. And I think that's what I'm going to start doing with most games that I play now, is I'm just going to go into games blind without knowing the background behind it. And I really just enjoyed these games. I had a fun time. It was just an experience that I've never experienced before, and I just had an overall, like I said, really good time. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Have you guys played any of these games? Do you like any of these games that I just talked about? What is a game that caught you off by surprise and you really enjoyed, that you didn't really think you were going to enjoy at first, but then it was like, oh crap, this is actually a fun game? So let me know down below in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys for more gaming commentaries like this one video tomorrow. Peace.